I guess let's start today off with Hans Wormhat. Hans, unfortunately, has gotten a strike on his channel. Not exactly sure what for. Maybe this video will clarify. So Hans, take it away. Phosphophyllite with 69 bits, stealing my shtick.
Today's Tuesday, November 17th, 2020, and today I woke up to this email, which was kind of surprising. One of my videos has been removed, Saved by the Whale's Tail, and they're going to claim that it's hate speech, which doesn't make any sense. I don't think that anything in that video could be considered hate speech. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking a lot about how evil undoes itself. They dig pits and fall into their own pits.
I'm going to be clear. I didn't see the whale video, I don't think. Wait, did I see the whale video? No, I don't think I saw the Saved by the Whale Tail video, although I did see a video where he talked about whales, but that was a different video. Either way, Hans has a habit, because he started doing, like, YouTube by doing transvestigation videos, which, if you don't know, transvestigation is a very stupid subgenre of conspiracy theory where people, look at celebrities or people in public or pictures of people and then speculate that they are secretly transgender, and then they try and point out all the parts in their body that they think are stereotypically, you know, whatever gender they're claiming their birth gender is. So, Hans has a proclivity for peppering that stuff in to all of his videos, even when that's not the point of the video. Like, he'll do a video about how he thinks koala bears aren't real, but, like, literally there'll be a zoo handler there, and he will start transvestigating the random animal handler. He just can't help himself. So it's possible that this video that they're talking about had something similar happen, where Hans was talking about the whale thing, but someone else got on screen, and he probably started doing transphobic shit, like he normally does. So. We watched it on stream. Are you sure? Let me take a look. Let me look at the videos I've watched from Hans Wormhat lately. The Great Pyramids are made of concrete. They are not, Hans. No, this is the one we watched. See? He did a video called Sperm Whales Are a Hoax. This is the video we watched last week. But it's not the video that got him a strike, because that got removed.
Something that I say sometimes is that...
It's one of his other videos about whales, how whales are fake, which is an interesting sentence. Tumok Von Raven with 50 bits. Transvestigations seem like something from the early 2000s. Who cares anymore? A bunch of people, a whole bunch of people, just search it sometime. Look at how much random crap there is. People are really, really freaked out by trans people. I don't know why. I'm just trying to live my life, you know.
Nothing funny about
wearing tinfoil, having fun. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. I'm surprised this tinfoil cane is held up as well as it has. Daddy Sume with 20 bits. What did I miss? Not much. We're watching Hans Wormhat. Hans Wormhat got a strike on his channel.
And actually brings a lot of people to God. And I think that that's partially true for me. Waking up and realizing, and when I stopped making excuses for everything, it's like, what is the deal with all this evil, with all these people openly worshiping Satan? And in that way,
philosophers from the beginning of time have struggled with the deepest questions. I remember Socrates sat down one day and he thought to himself, what is the deal with all this evil? Arcana Stamper Blackwell with 20 bits. I didn't miss Sticks, did I? No, you didn't. We're on our first video still. I started, like, late today.
It clicked for me. These people really believe in Satan because it's real, and because God is real. That's why people...
Hans Wormhat, who believes koala bears are fake and God is real. Good job. DCastle79, thank you for following.
Take their Satanism so seriously, and it's because Satan is real, and they know all this stuff is real, and that's why people go so far out of their way to blaspheme God, and that's why there's so many examples of celebrities openly talking about selling their soul to Satan, because it's all real. It's not a joke.
Cats are neat too, says Lupine appreciation bits. Thank you.
And so yeah, that's a big part of what today's video is about. These people, they shoot themselves in the foot. And so my video was removed because Simam Dan did a video on my video.
Good for Dan. Dan, I know that Dan's done Hans multiple times. Believe it or not, and I have watched Dan's channel. He does really, really good shit. I found Hans independent of him, although I was aware of Simon Dan prior to starting this show, so...
And it's always interesting that they come over and they take my videos, which have 0 monetization on them, and they monetize the crap out of their mocking.
That's how fair use works, actually. It's fun. You can do it too, Hans. In fact, you do it all the time. Hans, like, most of the images that you're using are probably under copyright of someone. Like, he's done transvestigations of, like, Leonardo DiCaprio. So, like, a lot of the photos are probably owned by different publications, but you're putting them in your video and commenting on them, and that counts as fair use, and that's fine. If you're producing content on the internet in a visual medium, or even not a visual medium, even, like, podcasts, you're probably using fair use at somewhere along the line. That's okay. Fair use is a wonderful thing.
Funny about the
Daddy Sume with 20 bits. No shit, your videos aren't monetized. You're a transphobic asshole. And then Title Bell with 20 bits. Hey, Hannah just joined. Did you hear about the parlor hack? I just saw it on Twitter. I heard about it. Someone mentioned it in chat a little bit ago.
And it just shows you the kind of people they are. But they shoot themselves in the foot. Look at this. Somebody who I think is just a normal follower of Simam Dan, sooner or later Hans had to run out of conspiracy theories, so now everything is fake. We knew it would come down to this. But what is it with the 33? Seriously. And his original video was removed due to hate speech. I hardly would call his speech hate speech. And they will slowly turn some more people to the truth by making these videos mocking me. Because people are going to realize that, why are you so angry at this person just for sharing their opinion? And...
yeah. Hans, they're making fun of you. They're saying that apparently this person saw the video and said that it didn't have hate speech, which is very well may not have. It could be a case of Dan does a video on something, a bunch of his fans go, and some of them decide to, you know... It's one thing to flag a video if they actually do something that's against TOS. I can understand that. But, like, if Hans is literally just making a video about how he doesn't think whales are real, it's stupid, but it's not TOS, right? There are plenty of other things you could go and flag Hans for if that's your goal. So, Hans, in case you missed what this person was saying, they're making fun of you, but they're also saying you didn't necessarily deserve to have that video taken away. And that's fine. I didn't see the video. I can't comment on it. But they're not on your side. They still, in the first part of this, in the first sentence, are making fun of you. It's not a sign that Simon Dan's fans are about to come and, you know, jump ship onto the crazy train.
yeah, it's just a good point. Why would people freak out at what I have to say so badly?
Because it's hilarious. Because it's hilarious. It's very, very funny.
And they're going to realize certain things that I'm not making it up about the 33 thing. And so here's a follower of Simam Dan realizing that 33 really is a big deal.
No! What is with the 33? They're asking why you're obsessed with the number 33, Hans. Not, like, why 33? He thinks this person is like, Hans thinks this commenter is saying, oh, Hans did have a point about that number 33 thing. For those of you who don't know, Hans uses the number 33. He thinks it's like a Freemason number. He thinks it's like an Illuminati Freemason number. So we'll do like bullshit numerology and then come out with the number 33. And he'll be like, see, this person's name. If you add this letter and give this numerical value and you give this letter this numerical value, then it equals 33. Illuminati confirmed. And Hans thinks that someone is saying, yeah, what is it about that 33? When the person is actually saying, why is Hans obsessed with the number 33? Hans is so not in tune with reality that he can literally read a comment pointing out he's crazy, and he uses as his further fuel to pretend that he's right. How frustrating. How absolutely frustrating.
There's nothing funny about the tools of
Dr. White
capitalism.
94 with 20 bits. So does Hans saying 33 count for both Illuminati, Freemasons, and numerology? I would say it counts for numerology. Tor Cool Guy, thank you for following. So if you have numerology on the bingo card, go ahead and click it. Hold on, I gotta get my bingo card open.
There's
I
nothing
didn't
funny about
do
the tools of
one.
capitalism.
Generate card. Okay, do I have numerology? Numerology used as evidence. Hip hip hooray. Colossus TV with 20 bits. Why would Psyman Dan come after these random animal handlers?
And they're also realizing, wait, why are they removing his video for hate speech? There was nothing hateful there. Here's another comment that I think, so these people, whenever Dan makes a video about me or any other person, Dan is kind of like a whistleblower. Anybody that's subscribed to Dan, they flood over to that person's page and start leaving nasty comments and downvotes and obviously reporting videos. But every once in a while, there's always a handful of people that can get woken up. This person's name is Jake Mason, but there's going to be some reasonable people out there that are just lost still. They're not all satanic deceivers that know that this stuff is fake and are...
Let's see what it has to say. Jake Mason says 3 hours ago, I've been to the pyramids, the Great Wall of China, the caves of... Oh god, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's French. Les Saux in France, and Parthenon. I was crazy about this ancient stuff. One thing they have in common is that they are always under construction. I was disappointed to see scaffolds that were ruining my photos. I can believe they are all real, but I am just questioning how they survived thousands of years, but need to be restored every 10 years from the rain and other damage. Okay. Here's the thing. You know what the oh, God. People are so stupid. Pyramids. Okay. So you see how the pyramids look right now? You see how they look? I mean, they're impressive, but you see how they look, you know, bumpy and degraded? That's not what they originally looked like. Hold on. I gotta... They're originally, like, smooth. I gotta find the illustration. Hold on. What did the pyramids look like when they were first built? Better. Okay. So the top one is what the pyramids used to look like, and the bottom one is what they look like today. Yes. Things can last a very, very long time if they're very big and very well built. But it doesn't mean they look the same as they used to. The Great Wall of China, another good example. It's undergone restorations multiple times. It looks good today because the current government has the money and power to make sure that it stays looking nice because it's like a landmark, right? It brings tourism, and it's something that's like part of cultural identity. So that's why buildings that are very old require constant upkeep. Like, if you're looking at something today, like another example would be like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, right? That's something that they're not going to entirely fix, right? Because the fact that it's slanted is its appeal. However, they have gone in and reinforced stuff so it won't fall over, basically, because I think it was built on, like, the reason that it's leaning in the first place, I think, is because of the ground it's actually sitting on shifted, and it made it like that. So they basically reinforced that so it won't fall over. Maintenance work is necessary on tons of stuff. So there are periods sometimes where stuff will get really, really neglected. The pyramids are a good example, where for centuries, just grave robbers, you know, and general thievery was taking place, which is how they got to the state that they're in today. We're in a period now where, of course, the government of Egypt recognizes the pyramids as a huge boon for tourism, so they try and maintain them. So these things are old, but They won't last forever. The reason that they're being maintained constantly now is because they're seen as a source of revenue or cultural identity for the groups that are maintaining them. That doesn't mean they have been constantly under construction every year since they were built. There are periods where they're neglected. We happen to be in a period of general stability right now in the world, though, where governments like to put money into maintaining ancient stuff like this. It's cool. It's a good thing. Turns out, things that are thousands of years old require maintenance. Daddy Sume with 20 bits. Speaking of Great Wall of China, a defensive structure that was to stop aggressive immigrants that destroyed an entire dynasty in the country that the dynasty ruled. That sounds familiar. Hannah, am I nuts? Is this deja vu? You are nuts, because Trump's wall only got 14 miles built. So... Aren't they classified as a landmark? Which ones? The pyramids? I'd imagine they are. I'd imagine they're considered, like, historical landmarks that are maintained by the Egyptian government. Anyway.
Are triggered and angry that I'm telling people the truth. There's a few people out there each time who they're getting nudged in the right direction. So I'm just going to read this comment. I've been to the pyramids, the Great Wall of China, the caves of Lascaux, France, and Parthenon. I was crazy about this ancient stuff. One thing they have in common is that they are always under construction. I was disappointed to see scaffolds that were ruining my photos. I can believe they are all real, but I'm just questioning how they survive thousands of years but need to be restored every 10 years from the rain and other damage. Great point by Jake Mason. I think maybe they're just not awake yet. But you know,
they're maintaining them now every 10 years. Again, I don't know exactly how often, like, the Parthenon or whatever gets, you know. But because they're trying to keep them in a presentable state. They're trying to keep them as a tourist location that looks nice. And by the way, modern world, I think, is much better at keeping, like, old things restored than the old world was. Again, due to the fact that as a globalized civilization, we're relatively stable and enjoy putting money towards some sort of connection to our past like that.
the last name like Mason, their family, of course. So I just commented, Lascaux have been closed to the public for a long time now. You're correct, these places are constantly being refurbished, which makes the claim of them surviving so long pretty absurd. Thanks for the comment. And then they talk about dinosaurs, so there are some people out there that...
Hans, a lot of these places, they're not doing maintenance every single day and year to keep them, like, from falling to the ground. Like, there are structures, especially old structures, like the pyramids themselves. Even if we didn't touch the pyramids, if humans disappeared tomorrow, it would still take a very long time for the pyramids to completely, you know, degrade to the point that they were unrecognizable. That's not the point. Hans, they already have degraded. They're not just trying to keep things from falling apart, like they're gonna fall apart tomorrow if we stop constantly maintaining them. It's not just about structural integrity. It's also about presentability, right? They're trying to keep these things presentable to the public because they are tourist attractions and they are cultural landmarks.
They know that certain things are hoaxes and they're skeptical of certain things, but they just need to realize that this conspiracy stuff is real, and there really are people out there that they just make up stuff for, that's their whole life, making up lies to get people to believe, and that it's the satanic controllers of this place that they get off on that. Proverbs chapter 20.
That's a weird justification for the cabal that's secretly controlling the world. Their nefarious plan is to convince people the pyramids are real so they can get off to it. I know that's like a phrase. It's a turn of phrase. But I'd like to think literally it's just someone's kink. And they're like, oh, yeah, yeah, believe those pyramids exist. And, yeah. It's a specific fetish, but I'm not going to kink shame. Dread Pirate Mick, thank you for following.
6 verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. You can see where they get inspiration for things like the guy rolling the rock up the hill every day or whatever. Psalms chapter 7.
Hans, the guy...
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
The guy pushing the rock up the hill is Sisyphus. Have you ever heard the term a Sisyphean task? Okay? that's like from Greek legend, right? It's someone who did something, I don't remember the specifics, but basically their punishment was they had to push this boulder up a hill, and then when it got to the top, it would roll down, and they'd have to do it again and again and again. It's not a reference to whatever thing you were just talking about.
In verse 15, he made a pit
Don't kink shame you. Hey, I'm not Daddy Sume. Do you?
and digged it, and has fallen into the ditch which he made. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. This chapter was just very interesting. This whole chapter. Maybe I'll do a video on it. He that diggeth a pit and shall fall into it, and whoso breaketh a hedge, a serpent shall bite him. Psalms chapter 9, verse 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid is their own foot taken. If you've ever watched Pokemon...
Using Pokemon to explain something in the Bible. Hans is a man after my own heart.
The original Pokemon, Team Rocket is constantly digging pits to try to catch Pikachu and Ash, and they always fall inside their own pit. It's just showing you this biblical idea that evil undoes itself. Evil will dig pits, and they fall in their own pit all the time. And one big thing about how there's all these people screeching at me, how often have you seen somebody approach a schizo on the side of the street who's spouting out nonsense? How often do you see people approach those people and tell them, you're crazy, you need to take your meds? You never see it. You never see people approach a schizo on the side of the street that's spouting nonsense. I've never seen anybody approach somebody like that and start telling them they're crazy, start telling them they need to take their meds.
So Hans's evidence that he doesn't need to be medicated is that people are constantly telling him he needs to be medicated. Genius. Hail Hydra 209, thank you for subscribing. Lily loves stuff with 20 bits. Is Pokemon propaganda? It's propaganda to sell Pokemon products. The Shadow Witch with 30 bits waves at Hannah. Hello, how are you? Hans, let me explain something to you. The reason why, like, if we see someone ranting at the side of the road, and we're not going to tell them, like, you should be properly medicated. For one thing is, people don't like to get involved in other people's shit, but also there's an element of danger, right? If I see someone on the street screaming koala bears aren't real, and it's all the secret transgender people using not so nice words, because Hans uses the T slur, and they're all controlling the world, and yada yada yada, I'm not going to engage that person, but because we're talking over the internet, I feel safe to be able to say to Hans, you are not a mentally stable individual, and you probably need to be medicated. Because, Hans, you can't hurt me. You can't hurt me because we're not literally next to each other on the street. Mentally unstable people, you don't necessarily know what's going to happen. I'm not saying people I'm not saying people who are neurodivergent are, like, necessarily prone to violence. I'm just saying people don't know. People don't know what to expect out of strangers on the street when they're behaving irrationally. So, that's the difference, Hans. People are telling you on the internet to get medicated, which they should probably do in a nicer way, as should I, but you genuinely do need help, and the reason we're able to do that is because there's no threat of physical danger over the internet of us telling you that. But please, get help, Hans. You clearly need it. Dr. Gamble with 20 bits, I love to see the corkboard in Hans's room. Bible to Team Rocket to the Illuminati. True. Big Greg 74035, thank you for following.
So it's really interesting that someone like me, if I just make a video telling my opinion, that there's hundreds of people that come and tell me I need to take my meds. It's just really interesting. Do you think those people ever go up to somebody on the street who is spouting nonsense and tell them to take their meds? So why are they telling me to take my meds just because I'm stating my opinion? And the fact that they screech so loud and they're overreacting, it's gonna bring normal people to the truth, because they'll say,
Alice
hey,
RPG
why are these
player,
people
thanks for
freaking out so
following.
much? It's just some dude saying a pretty interesting opinion. I think that now...
But Hans, the things that you believe aren't opinions. It depends upon the thing. I'm sure there are specific things that you believe that are opinions, like your favorite color. That's an opinion. Whether or not koala bears exist is not an opinion. It's a fact that you are very wrong about. The fact that you believe that, like, buildings aren't as old as they say they are, or whatever stupid thing you believe. That's not an opinion. That's something that is demonstrably false. You can't just hide behind, oh, it's my opinion. Okay, your opinion is just wrong. Opinions can be wrong if it's an opinion on a fact. The Shadow Witch with some bits. Last thing I'll say, but no, you can't hurt someone over the internet, but I wish after the last 4 years that Facebook, Twitter, and other social media had a stab in face button that actually stabbed them in the face. That's pretty violent. I'm not going to get behind that one, but good idea. Maybe ask Zuckerberg about that. That sounds like the kind of thing he'd be into.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Tiger White 94 or 20 bits. It's called the internet, Hans. We're all assholes to one another on it. It's basically how we say hello. True.
Natural humans have always been kind of interested in, even when I was asleep, I thought it was interesting to hear about conspiracy theories or interesting to hear ideas I've never heard before. So just the fact that people are screeching so loud at somebody for simply sharing their opinion, it's going to bring people to the truth because they're going to see all this commotion. And to bring it back to schizos on the side of the street, everybody ignores them. Do you know what people do to schizos?
Hans, no offense, but people ignore you too in the internet sense. Like, Hans, you have 3.98 thousand subscribers on YouTube. That's nothing. I have 5 something, also nothing. Even on the Hannah and Jake channel, where we have like 158,000 followers or something like that. That's nothing in internet terms. Hans, people are ignoring you by and large. It's just the internet. It's a big place. So when people do find you, they're going to voice certain opinions. But as far as the internet is concerned, if the internet were a city, you are the guy ranting on the street, and the vast majority of people are walking right by you. Literally, that's how it is. You're describing what your life is.
Those on the side of the street that are spouting nonsense, they walk on past and they pretend they don't see them. So that's clearly not what people do to me. There are so many videos out there. If you just try to search YouTube for Hans Wormhat, it's ridiculous how many people have made videos about me.
Let's take a look. YouTube. Hans Wormhat. Let's see. There's a video by me. Here's a video by someone named Sir Sick. Here's a video by Creaky Blinder. Here's a oh, no, that's a different one. Featuring Hans Wormhat. Bad Science Sunday with Wormhat. A lot of people have done. Oh, look, another video by me. Yeah, a lot of people do Hans Wormhat videos because he's a lol cow. Does Hans not know what a lol cow is? Tucker White 94 with 20 bits. Hans is lulling me to sleep. Would anyone buy me a Coke? I would, but I can't. I'm sorry.
It's very strange. I just thought this was a pretty good...
Has Jeff covered him? That makes sense. Probably on Wingnut Roundup.
Statement, though. What's interesting about him, though, is that he is neither stupid nor crazy. He's a person with an absurdly strong ideological and religious commitment that he is furiously rationalizing.
That is an incredibly generous description of Hans Wormhat, and whoever did that, I appreciate you for being so nice to Hans.
I liked what that guy had to say about me. And
Does he not know it's still an insult? Do you understand what that series of words in that order means, Hans? They're saying you're constantly shifting goalposts in order to justify your hardline religious beliefs. They're not complimenting you just by calling you not crazy. Not being called not stupid is the nicest thing that person said to you, which in and of itself is a bit of a backhanded compliment if you have to clarify.
These people that want to bash on me, they're trying to make a buck off of it too. They'll monetize their videos that are made about me. I never monetize my videos. And they're talking about like, comment, subscribe all the time. You'll see my lovely list of Patreon supporters. They all...
That's how YouTube works. Welcome to YouTube.
All act the same way. This was the video. Simam Dan did a video on me, and of course heavily monetized these videos. They take my videos that are not monetized, and then they mock me, and then they monetize it.
Yeah, fair use. You're allowed to do that. I know, it sucks. I've had it done to me too. But, like, that's part of it. If you're going to put your ideas out there publicly on the internet, then they're going to be exposed to other people, and sometimes people are going to want to comment on those videos. That's fine. Like, if someone did the same to me, it would be okay. It would be a little annoying. It always is when you're criticized, but that's just, like, part of putting your opinions out there in the public sphere. And that's fine. It is what it is. Tucker White 94, 20 bits. Yeah, Hans, we're all greedy Ferengis. Welcome to capitalism.
But
Has Hans ever stated an opinion on capitalism outright? Is that a part of the globalist agenda? I have no idea. I don't remember him saying anything about capitalism or any other potential forms of economic system.
I think people are waking up to reaction channels and how low effort being a reaction channel is.
True.
And there's becoming, I think, a lot of people that realize that reaction channels are often just the lowest dirt trash. I just think of people like ALR, Amberlynn Reed.
Ooh, name drop me.
It's like people know now that all those reaction channels out there that make videos about ALR, they steal her content, they make videos bashing. People
Who's ALR? What's her full name?
make Amberlynn Reed.
Amberlynn Reed. I don't even know who they're talking about. Amberlynn Reed. Oh, yeah, I'm aware of
There's nothing
Amberlynn.
funny about the tools of capitalism.
Wing the Ultimate Nog of 20 bits. Here's a fun conspiracy. We could eliminate or automate at least 50% of all jobs, and we could make sure everyone is employed by decreasing the work week to 15 hours or less. Sure. I'm sure we could. Is that the streamer that pretended to be trans? No. That was, she's a YouTuber who... How much do I even want to get into this? Her case is a situation where I just almost don't want to talk about it at all. Basically, she has an unhealthy relationship with food. Which I can understand and I can empathize with, but
There's nothing funny about
the levels of
capitalism.
self-destruction that happen on that channel are pretty depressing to watch, so. Colossus TV, weird. It's like people not only like making content that's easy to make, they like watching content that's easy to watch, yeah.
It's like people know now that all those reaction channels out there that make videos about ALR, they steal her content, they make videos bashing. People are now realizing that the people making the reaction channels are the worst of the worst. Those people are
True.
just usually giant hypocrites.
I am. I'm the worst of the worst. I think Hans and I have agreed on something for the first time. That's nice.
And they're usually just jealous in a way of the person that they're mocking.
I'm very jealous of Hans Wormhat, for the record. I wish I had his keen sense of observation for when the color orange is being used to signal that the Illuminati are afoot. That's something I don't think I'll ever get, I'll never master that, but that's okay. I have different skill sets, like wearing stupid hats.
Here's another person who likes to make videos about me. Subscribe, seriously, it helps out a ton, and YouTube likes to remove subscriptions for no reason. They're crying for more subscriptions, more likes, comments, and subscribes.
Hans, you might have, like, more... And I don't like to do the please like, comment, and subscribe, and I don't tend to do that. At most, I'll be like, hey, here's my YouTube channel. Check it out and subscribe if you can, like when we're doing these streams, and that's fine. But that's kind of part of growing your presence on the internet, is asking people to do those things. I understand that people get annoyed by it, like, oh, and it's easy to parody, too. Like, oh, whoa! Thanks for coming to the video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell, you know? I understand it's easy to parody, but it's a necessity in the job. Hans, you would probably have more subscribers if you would ask people to, like, and comment, and subscribe. And you don't even have to do it in an obvious way. Maybe just be like, oh, what did you think about this? Which is why, if you ever wondered why some YouTube channels end a video by asking you a question, it's because they're trying to get you to comment and answer the questions so they get their analytics going, so they get their engagement up. But anyway, Hans, just saying, you're literally criticizing the way people have to go about doing business on YouTube. Lily loves stuff with 20 bits. I am jealous of Hans Wormhat. He's married with kids and I'm single. He also has more YouTube followers than me. Well, there you go. There's a jealous person. That's fine. I do want to say this, though, guys. If you want to do a YouTube channel, you can absolutely do it. And I did the thing where, I tried to help motivate myself with the YouTube thing by trying to get more subscribers than Hans Wormhat. And I did. I'm almost up to 6,000 subscribers, which is nice. So, if you are ever worried that you'll be alone forever, you won't be, because Hans Wormhat is married and has children. If he can do it, you can do it. He has almost 4,000 YouTube subscribers. If he can do it, you can do it. Get yourself out there and just do the thing. And just think to yourself, could I do worse than Hans Wormhat? The answer is no. So go do it.
They need that monetization money. Matthew chapter 16, verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Shozo Lore says I need more subs. My channel is sad. I think I subscribed to you. Don't I? Hold on. Don't I? Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
John chapter 15, verses 18 through 20. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. So,
Daddy Sume with 20 bits says, I'd sell my soul to rule the world for my lifetime. I would enact so much socialism, so many socialist reforms. Dictatorships don't tend to go well. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not saying your ideas are wrong. I'm saying implementing them unilaterally is a recipe for disaster. You gotta get everyone on board with the system you're promoting, otherwise it's not gonna work. A system can't work if everyone within it, or at least most people within it, don't accept the system and don't think it's working for them, and they don't think that they're doing so consensually.
I just think it's pretty telling that there are so many people out there that hate me, that hate what I do. What?
I don't, let me be clear. I don't hate Hans Wormhat. I think Hans Wormhat is a person with deep-seated issues. I don't know what those issues are. I'm not a psychologist. Cannot diagnose anyone. However, it's very clear that he has a tenuous relationship with reality on the best of days. So yeah, Hans could use some help, but I find him endlessly entertaining. I don't hate him. He's harmless. Hans is so fringe. No one will ever take Hans seriously that isn't also incredibly divorced from reality. So, it doesn't matter to me, you know, that Hans exists. In fact, I'm glad he does, because we get to cover him. Daddy Sume with 20 bits, Harold Penisman will be my spokesman, Hannah. I hate to break it to you, but Harold Penisman is a fictional character that Jake and I coined, so you might have to find a real person. Or, I guess, hire someone to dress up like Harold Penisman. That would also work.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
That have way more crazy
DM Trey,
things
thanks
than
for the
what
20
I
bits.
say.
I'm doing well.
Why aren't these people making videos about alien, reptilian, shapeshifter, overlord channels out there? Because they know that that's stupid. So, just like a schizo on the side of the street, they just walk by. But they see...
Hey, I'll have you know, I do look at other YouTube channels that talk about reptilians, so check yourself, Hans, okay? Daddy Sume with 20 bits, VTuber Harold Penisman, sure. Tucker White 94 20 bits, basically the only people who take Hans seriously are people with absolutely no life like Hannah. True.
See me speaking truth, and they spaz out. It's like, yeah, I just always think of crazy people on the side of the street. How do people react? They ignore it. They don't freak out. The lady doth protest too much, methinks. The fact that these people freak out at me so much protest too much, methinks. The fact
Did you see
that
it? Yay! We did it! To everyone who said I wouldn't make it, Look at me now. Yay!
People freak out at me so much, it's pretty telling that there's so many different people out there that get upset at what I have to say. And they take the piss too. It's like this person who looks like
Daddy Sumo 20 bits, that thumbnail, Hannah. I know.
an ex-con, which a lot of these shills they are. I mean, they choose an obvious fake gorilla in the thumbnail where they're mocking me for talking about fake gorillas. I mean,
Yeah, because you think real gorillas are fake, Hans, and that's funny. Honestly, I'm in such a good mood now. It's stupid. My brain is broken, similar to Hans, but in a different way. I shouldn't have as severe of a mood change positively as I am having based on fringe conspiracy theorist Hans Wormhat showing a video of mine in a video. My brain is broken. But at least I know it. So I think I got that going for me, which is good.
anyone can see that that's not a real animal. Same thing with Simon.
Oh my god, it was another one! He did it again! I thought I was already subscribed to you. I guess I wasn't. Okay. My B.
Animal. Same thing with
Yeah. Oh! He has a whole tab open of just my Hans Wormhat videos. Yes. Yes. All right, Hans. Now that I know I have your attention, listen to me, okay? Please, for the love of God. Hans, I do not hate you. I don't. You need help. And understand that your justification that, oh, people who are crazy on the side of the street, they don't get told to get help. First of all, yes, they do. But the reason everyone doesn't slow down to talk to them is because of an inherent danger. I don't feel in danger of you, Hans, because I don't think you would hurt anyone. Believe it or not, I don't think you would hurt anyone. I don't. But I do think you're endangering yourself with these delusions. So now that I know that you're seeing this, Hans, I know you're seeing this. I'm on the screen. Please. You don't even have to agree with the psychologist, but go see a therapist and discuss these things and see what they have to say about it, okay? Please. Thank you, Hans. Daddy Sume with 20 bits. This makes Hannah so hot. She loves that she is in his brain. She's living rent-free in his brain. I don't know why it makes me so happy. I really don't. Darker White 94, but Hannah, what about our weekly We Hate Hans parties? Those don't exist, believe it or not.
with Simam Dan. Where is it? In the video that Simam Dan chose to mock me talking about fake penguins, they specifically chose a really obvious fake penguin background for their thumbnail because they are mocking people. But for every 100 freaks that come and leave hate on my channel, there's a few people like this. Sorry, there's a helicopter passing overhead. I used to have a business making dolls with voice boxes and could have heartbeats, though I never made one with a heartbeat personally. I've made dolls so real, folks thought that they were real babies, even when they told them that it wasn't. Or, I don't know exactly, but...
Why didn't you hit read more? You can hit read more.
I just liked this comment because it came...
This is a screenshot he took on his iPhone, I'm aware. And that's what he does for his videos. I think he just records them, like, on his iPhone, and he just screen captures so he can, like, go through whatever images he saved. But when he saved this image, he should have hit read more.
It came from a hater, but they'll say something like this that shows, okay, at least part of what I'm saying is not that crazy. Look, they really do have lifelike dolls that fool people and that have heartbeats.
Okay. No, though. But no, though. I've seen the real dolls, okay? Have you guys seen these things? Not the real dolls. I think that's actually a brand of doll. I mean the lifelike baby dolls. What are they called? Reborn dolls. I just confused two very different things. Reborn dolls.
There's nothing funny about the tools of
Okay,
capitalism.
so reborn dolls are creepy. They're creepy, creepy, creepy things. They're basically dolls, and this one is $1,300. They're dolls that look like human babies. They're very, very realistic looking, right? Dr. Gamble with 1,000 bits. Congrats on officially making it on the Hans Wormhat corkboard. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the bits. So for $1,350, you too could have this creepy not a baby. Now, I totes understand that looking at this in photographs, it looks real. If I saw this thing in like a crib or whatever, I would assume it was a real baby. Totally, I understand that. But here's the thing. Okay? They don't move. They don't move like real babies. They're like in that position, and that's the position they're in. They're amazing pieces of art, if you want to call it that, in terms of what they're trying to do. And like, I think sometimes women or parents, I guess I should say, who have miscarriages will sometimes, as a therapeutic tool, get this baby, get the reborn dolls or whatever they're called as a coping thing, and that's fine. But they don't behave like real babies. Hans, you were claiming that every single gorilla, every single whale, every single koala bear, a whole list of animals you don't believe in, toucan, you believe they're all animatronic, and you have no evidence of this. There's no animatronic on the planet that functions as well as you think the gorilla animatronics or penguin animatronics would have to work if all gorillas and penguins and koalas were fake. It's a ridiculous claim.
Here's another comment just from earlier today. Somebody who came over from Simam Dan, I'm sure.
Tucker White says, with 20 bits, F you, Dr. Campbell. You knocked me off my runner-up spot on the bits chart. Haha.
And just a great comment. There's going to be all the screeching and hollering about how I'm so crazy. It's only going to bring more people to the truth. So I love it whenever people make a video like that about my work.
Oh, do you? Because you just complained about it for, like, the entire video, and now you're saying you don't like it? Which is it, Hans? Do you like it, or do you want to complain about it? Do you want to spend 10 minutes saying reaction content is the garbage bin of the internet? Which it is. I understand. I do it. Or do you like it when we bring attention to your videos? It can't be both.
I've never really put much thought into this topic because I didn't care, but I did question how they could have built it way back when they claimed it was. It never made sense to me as a kid or adult. Looking at it now, though...
KR Goss with a $20 donation. Wow. Because Baja and Chat are now awesome. Get yourself in Baja a treat from me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
With you drawing attention to certain details, really solved all the mystery and contradictions. Yes, I do believe this is all fraudulent. Fake artifacts, too. These people really suck. When your video about how the media fakes everything is removed for violating hate speech policies, ha ha ha, they made me laugh so hard. Yep. So that's it for this video, and God bless everyone.
Okay, so Hans, here's my parting bit of advice for you. I didn't see that whale video that's being talked about, but if you genuinely did not, and I say this as someone who's been on YouTube for almost 10 years on the Hannah and Jake channel, so I know what I'm talking about. If you genuinely didn't have some hate speech stuff in there, and I'm including your, like, commentary on how you transvestigate people, which is not cool, if you didn't have any hate speech, then what are they? Appeal. You need to appeal that strike then, which you can do. If people genuinely came to your videos in bad faith and flagged them for something that wasn't part of the content of that video, then I do feel for you, and I don't think you should have that strike. So if you know for a fact, and I know your ability to suss things out is pretty questionable, but if you genuinely believe the video was fine, there was nothing hateful, it might be incorrect, but it's not hateful, then you should appeal that strike. I think you should do that, and YouTube will remove it if it turns out that that's the case, hopefully. But I don't know. I didn't see the video, so I can't really comment on it. Either way, that's Hans for the day. It's very interesting. I am glad I finally got
There's nothing funny about the tools of
acknowledged from
capitalism.
Hans, and that's nice. That's all I've ever wanted in my life. Tucker White 94, 20 bits. What do you have to say in a whale video to get flagged for hate speech? Did Hans go on a tangent about how the Jews are the root of all? I don't know. I don't think he's anti-Semitic, not to my knowledge. I could be wrong though. I'm not sure what Hans thinks. Either way, Hans, if it didn't have hate speech, check it out. Check it out, you know. And now he has a backup channel, Hans Wormhat 2, where he's been posting videos for the past week or so. So, we'll take a look at some of this sometime. So thanks, Hans. We'll come back to you later.